Australia Cup champions.
Sydney FC, they'll win the cup.
The Northern Territory is the hidden gem of Australia, with amazing natural wonders like Uluru, the national parklands of Litchfield and Kakadu. It is no surprise that many have fallen for the top end's charms, and if you ever get the chance to come up, it is certainly well worth the trip. Welcome back to the Darwin Football Stadium for night 2 of the Australia Cup playoffs. Newcastle Jets taking on Western United on another warm and stunning night in the NT capital. Robbie Feldman here with you live from Larrakia Park, and joining me once again, Andy Harper. Harps, last night we witnessed an excellent contest between Perth Glory and Brisbane Roar. The David Drillich era is off to a winning start. Tonight we have two more sides in very similar boats.
Well, by virtue of the fact that they're scrapping for their Australia Cup lives, certainly in a similar boat. It's a terrific game last night, Perth prevailing over Brisbane in what is a wonderful concept, bringing these games to Darwin and to treat the local fans and to work with the local member federation, Football NT. I think it's a terrific initiative by Football Australia. It's been a very rewarding couple of days so far. One happy team last night in Perth, who will be the happy people to exit the ground tonight, Western United or Newcastle.
As the teams make their way out onto the pitch, there is one more spot up for grabs in the round of 32, the 10th edition of the Australia Cup, which gets underway next Tuesday. And of course, you can tune in for all the action right here on 10 Play. 4 games on match day 1, which includes the local club Darwin Hearts, the NT representative this year. They'll be hosting Hume City. We're all set to go for the Welcome to Country. Let's head pitch side.
Please welcome participants from the Youth Will Performing Arts Company for tonight's Welcome to Country.
Hello, my name is Liam Stansfield. I'm a proud Larrakia person of the Shepherd family. Our people, the Larrakia people, are the traditional custodians of the Darwin region and surrounding areas, and we comprise of both freshwater and saltwater people. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land and waterways around what now has been named Australia, and pay respect to our ancestors, our elders who go before us, and those who stand with us today. We as Indigenous people are born of the spirit of this country. It is where we are conceived from. It is our home. It is where we belong. Our relationship with the land is at the center of our lives. Our country is our mother. In a sense, our country is us. So please, on behalf of our ancestors, welcome to Larrakia country. Thank you.
We would now like to hand it over to discuss and get proceedings underway.
All right, let's run you through the starting lineups for tonight. Firstly, the Newcastle Jets and coach Robbie Stanton has handed starting club debuts to Matthew Scarcella, on loan from Sydney FC this season, and Lockie Rose, who joined from Macarthur just 3 days ago. Will look to fill the boots vacated by Apostolos Stamatolopoulos, now over in Scotland with Motherwell. Keep an eye out on the bench for 17-year-old playmaker Alex Nunez, making his senior debut should he get onto the pitch. Nunez was actually born here in Darwin and also spent some time on trial with Portuguese giants Benfica 2 years ago. And for Western United, Tate Russell has swapped the red and black of the Western Sydney Wanderers to green and black. And there are several United Academy products in the squad tonight. Central defender James York and forward Oliver Laval both starting. The two 19-year-olds both made their senior A-League debuts last season and expect to see their big name signing Hiroshi Ibusuki on the park later tonight. The former Adelaide United striker coming off a career-best 15 league goals last season. And there's special moments out on the pitch tonight. Conducting the coin toss tonight will be Darwin Hearts president Firoj Rana. It's Darwin Hearts, first club of Nepalese heritage to take part in the Australia Cup finals. They're making their tournament debut on match day 1 when they host Hume City. Rob Stanton, coach of the Newcastle Jets, second season in charge. And Johnny Aloisi had his first game in charge of Western United in their only other playoff appearance back in 2021. Which coincidentally was a match against Newcastle Jets. And that night was a winning start to Johnny Aloisi's era in the green and black, 2-1. Match officials tonight, referee Tim Danaskos, assisted by George Lekrindis and Joey Lee. Teams going through their final paces. Really is another beautiful night for football. Pitch is absolutely immaculate. Scott just clapping the travelling Jets contingent behind the goal. Here's Lockie Rose, new number 9 for the Newcastle Jets. Only 100 games in all competitions for Macarthur FC, former foundation player. Let's look at him in new colours. Underway here in Darwin. Number 2 of the Australia Cup playoffs. United playing in their away strip. The Jets donning their 2001 throwback jersey. Nod to past team. Striking looking kit as well. For Squally. You see the immediate press speed of Lockie Rose. Just putting Hewlett Bell under a little bit of pressure and forcing a mistake. Saw last night. Style under David Drillich, Perth Glory, playing much fast-paced and high-press style of game. Lovely touch. Mauricio, skipper tonight for Western United. Okay, for the Jets. Forced to go long again. And that's nods it back for Ryan Scott. Somewhat cagey start from both sides. Just looking to play out from the back, and they might have found a bit of space here. As Bozanovsky hands it off to Tate Russell. Looks for the early cross, and that's deflected out for a throw.
First piece of penetrating play by either team. Western United breaking down the right. Our first chance to see Tate Russell as a Western United player. He's hoping that the change of club can really give Tate an injection. I think there's so much football there for him still to deliver.
Five seasons in Western Sydney colours, 85 games. Spent a fair chunk of time out with injury as well. Slip from Laval, fortunately.
Well, no Reno Piscopo at Newcastle for the upcoming A-League season, the upcoming Australia Cup competition, should the Jets get through this tonight. But all the evidence has Callum Timmins moving a little bit further forward in midfield to be the supporting attack player, the number 10.
Berlin just putting England under a little bit of unwanted pressure, and that's should be out for a throw. Referee, assistant referee, say play on.
And using last night's match as a reference, if Callum Timmins moving a little bit further forward for Newcastle, seems anyway close to being a similar dividend for Taras Gomorka for Perth. And his shift forward last night, then Robbie Stanton, I'm sure would be a very happy man. Gomorka was really good in that impressive Perth performance last night. Themselves through to the main draw, the round of 32 of the Australia Cup.
They will host Melbourne City at the Sam Kerr Football Centre on August the 3rd. Spinning ball through here for Rose, a shot on goal. Just lacking a little bit of power. Heward Bell is able to get in behind it.
Yeah, good chance for Newcastle, and there's Timmins' first effort to lead the supply line for the new recruit, Lockie Rose. Nice pass from Timmins, just couldn't quite get the line of it. Lockie Rose, it was a shot on target nonetheless.
Winner of tonight's game will take on Rockdale Illingdon on match day 2, Wednesday the 31st. Exactly 1 week from tonight. Should be a great occasion for the member Federation Club. Bell looking long. Just about to find Grimaldi. He picks the pocket of Dane Ingham. No foul, says the referee. Cutting back inside. Draws a save with the feet. Ryan Scott.
A nice work from Grimaldi. And Ingham loggerheads with the match officials. There's a foul committed by Grimaldi on him. Referee Velasco says play on. He's won the ball pretty cleanly there.
Short corner. Swung by Garuccio. Only half cleared. He deflected behind for another corner. Aston goes short again. Grimaldi this time from the edge of the box. Garuccio at the byline, clipping it. Diving header. And straight away, referee Tim Danaskos bringing a halt to the play.
Well defended there. Putting his body in where it needed to go, Callum Timmins.
Slight stoppage here. We'll take another look at it on the replay. Having hit it.
Young James York stooping in there. Callum Timmins in the way.
Just saw Robbie Stanton there and Jets players wearing black armbands in honour of Jets club member Hunter Alexander Ward. This will be a drop ball for Western United, who were on attack at the time. Weighing up the options. Sliding tackle wins back possession for Western. Is with Garuccio. 1-2 with Grimaldi. Paulina shows his strength. This time Ingham able to draw the foul. The start not quite as lively as it was last night, Harps. A little bit more cagey from both sides. Done by Ryan Scott. The Jets release Lockie Rose, cutting back into space. Rose another shot on goal. Just to the right of the upright, excuse me. But again, see the pace of Lockie Rose coming to the fore.
Yeah, nice running behind the defence there. This is the hallmark of Lockie Rose. Big job, big opportunity for him this year with the departure of Stamatoulopoulos to the Scottish Premier League. Not a player that the Jets necessarily were looking to lose. Really minted Socceroo, Stamatoulopoulos. Same time he goes with the club's blessing. It's now for Lockie Rose to lead that line, which is to do with not someone I'd say based on certainly his playing career, but his early couple of moments here as a Newcastle Jet. Very promising.
Here's again, Lockie Rose. Away with James York, young centre-half. Rose unable to get on the score sheet at all last season. Down minutes hard to come by. Certainly on paper, the move to the Jets makes a lot of sense for him. So has 7 Australia Cup goals to his name. Puts him in the top 10. On for the Jets. Crowded 6-yard box.
Beautiful flighted corner that by Daniel Wilmering. Look for all money. As though the Jets scoring from that corner was somewhat of a formality. Western United defenders had missed their cue and it was just waiting for the head of a Jet to nod the ball home.
Natter goes forward for Timmins. Looking to use his pace in behind Natter and Kankar. Wilmering. Scarcella. Space here for Ingham, who's timed his run well. First time cross, dealt with initially by Donachie. Neat turn. Timmins, back for Ingham. Aquilina. That's easy for Heward Bell.
Disappointing for Newcastle. 3 players involved, none of them could deliver a telling blow. A couple of questionable options in that little sequence, letting Western United ultimately off the hook.
Well brought under by Bozanovsky. He's then muscled off the ball. Aquilina takes over for the Jets. Now Grozos. Lovely switch of play. Wilmering puts it on first time for the runner Taylor. Just turning amongst the number of white jerseys and the Jets. Through Taylor to the back post. Oh, it's turned in for an own goal. Ben Garuccio, the unlucky recipient of the OG. And it is Newcastle on the board first here in Darwin.
Well, a glimpse to perhaps the style of the new look Newcastle Jets team. They've got a lot of running power in the front line. We've seen a couple of episodes already from Lockie Rose. We're expecting down the right Aquilina to do something similar. But look at this, if it's not power personified from Clayton Taylor. just driving the ball deep into the danger zone through 3 players. They can't contain him. Bobbles the cutback to some extent, and it catches Ben Garuccio in 2 minds. And the result is a goal to get things going here for Newcastle.
Barring a couple of early runs from Lockie Rose, backline for Western United had, up until that point, looked fairly comfortable. Western United will be starting from behind tonight. Another slip. Turns possession over. The conditions have cooled right down. The pitch is just about in immaculate condition. I've already seen a couple of slips from Western United players. All over the top for Timmins. Naga stay down. Taylor. Wilmering. Switch of play. Ingham.
I thought the opportunity was when Timmins had the ball down the left-hand side. As a wonderful run for the Jets midfielder. One thought that having retrieved the ball and facing the Western goal that he might have tried to deliver for Lockie Rose.
Kankar. United look to press. Okay, sliding in. This is James York, 19-year-old central defender. Signed a scholarship contract yesterday with Western United. A-League men's debut in January against the Wanderers in Hobart. Very talented young player. Coming through the academy ranks. Bell, heavy touch. Catches the interest of the Jets attackers. Not looking so comfortable now. Flick on, finds Laval, brings it under, an early cross, defence recovers. And the halt to proceedings this time for Philip Kankar. He's reaching for hamstring. Frustration there. This night could be done. Certainly does not look comfortable. Looks like Jets will be readying a change. Expect Nathan Grimaldi be the player to come on. Kankar looks looks absolutely distraught there. Indeed it is Nathan Grimaldi who will come on. Seven games in the A-League last season. Lovely vertical pass, likewise for Lockie Rose. Can't get around York. First touch for Grimaldi. Top for Rose. Backing into Donaghy.
Hey, touch him in! Touch him in! Get up! Right there!
Jets just settling into their rhythm a bit more now. After that settler. No goal from Ben Garuccio. Straight pass from Scott. Hands possession back to Weston. Lovely ball from York out to Garuccio. Thurgate, positive first touch from Squally. Tate Russell, just a poor touch, losing his concentration.
Disappointing outcome for Western as a lovely release ball out of the fence from York to Ben Garuccio at left fullback, and as the ball ended up back at Tate Russell, just lost concentration at the vital moment.
Garuccio sprints across, keeps the ball in play. Garuccio finds Thurgate. Matthew Grimaldi. For Danzaki, just a little overhits.
And of course, having mentioned the departure of Stomatolopoulos for Newcastle, it's going to be a reworked front line for Western United in the upcoming A-League men's season. And they'll be hoping, including the Australia Cup, of course, the reason for them being here this evening.
Danzaki on the ball. Moves it back for Squally, crowded edge of the box.
Danzaki, the only remaining of the attacking triumvirate from last year, Lockie Wales and Daniel Tenya. Hiroshi Ibasuki has, of course, joined the club. He starts on the bench tonight. In fact, he's warming up, is Ibasuki, along with the rest of the Western United bench. And I reckon Hiroshi Ibasuki, as he looks at his teammates warming up, the substitutes, he probably feels like he's running a creche.
33 years old now, Hiroshi Ibusuki.
It's not as much that he's old, it's the rest of the Western bench is very young.
Yes. Here's Garuccio. By all accounts, Hiroshi Ibusuki has made quite an impression in training at the club. Maybe just showing his quality in terms of the finishing as well as the leadership. So it looks to be quite a smart pickup from John Aloisi. Here's Wilmering for the Jets. Forward for Aquilina. And a fine finish. Beautiful outside of the foot volley for Thomas Aquilina. And he scores his first goal in Jets colours. In fact, his first goal in either the Cup or the League. The Jets double their lead.
That's a lovely move from Newcastle. And it's releasing Daniel Wilmering down the left-hand side. It's a testing ball in, and James York, the youngster, heads the ball away, but not to clear the danger necessarily. Not enough of a reaction from this point on from a Western United viewpoint, but there most certainly was from Thomas Aquilina. And he just threaded that ball, guided it beautifully with the outside of the foot. Past Thomas Hewitt-Bell to give the Jets a lead of 2.
Aquilina on his first full season with the Jets, of course, arrived mid last season. Swap deal with the Mariners and James McGarry. Straight away, Weston looked to reply. It was an awkward ball to deal with. Grimaldi really only shit it into the hands of Scott. There's another Jets player down. This time it's Mark Natter.
It's an excellent burst by Bosanowski. The cutback wasn't overly friendly.
To be another concern for the Jets if they lose their other centre half. Kanka departing the fields a moment ago. Stray elbow to the head, perhaps. Do have a pretty handy replacement. Just caught a glimpse of him warming up. Alex Sushnia. Two goals to nil after half an hour. Opportunity for both sides to take on a bit of water as well. Another look at the finish.
That's a great angle too. Yeah, it's really measured from Thomas Aquilina. Hewitt-Bell very frustrated in the Western goal. It's a cooling breeze blowing across the ground. It was certainly more humid today. Significant telling change in the weather pattern from yesterday to today. Blue sky, but just a little more of the cloak of humidity descending upon Darwin today. A little stickier as a result compared to last night. The cooling breeze will be very welcome for the players, all of whom have come out of the southeastern Australia chill. It's been a very, very chilly winter. The southern climes. A culture shock getting off the plane here for the players, I'm sure. A day later getting ready to do battle.
Is back out on the fields. Looks to be okay. You mentioned certainly a bit more humid than yesterday. And able to make the most of it. Nice little drive out of Darwin.
Well, out of the CBD. To the famous Humpty Doo hotel.
Which is famous for the largest set of bullhorns in the southern hemisphere.
Water buffalo.
A water buffalo. Apologies. Can confirm they were rather large.
Rather large. The 8th wonder of the world, I'm told.
Corner for Western, and that's unconvincingly cleared behind for another corner.
There's so many fascinating places. This is an unpaid plug, by the way, but there's so many fascinating places up here. The tourist circuit is alive and well in the Northern Territory at the moment. You can understand why people flock here. It is a wonderful, wonderful place.
Beautiful part of the country. Corner again, swung deep. Danger not entirely cleared for the Jets just yet. Western reload through Russell. Nice ball for Grimaldi. And Lucky Rose has no other option but to turn it behind for another corner. Uncontested header cleared away from Newcastle. Appeals for a high boot, eventually paid.
Goes on 3.
Referee Dennis just waiting to see if any advantage was going to materialise. The Jets enjoying this 2-goal buffer. Speaking with Robbie Stanton before the game, he's planning on hoping for additional 3 players to his squad. Their names were revealed. Working hard behind the scenes to secure that, particularly in the absence now of Stamatolopoulos.
Bell hesitated slightly, eventually committed to coming out for the header. Early ball forward for Laval. And Scott does really well to shepherd that out.
He wasn't real happy with the treatment he got, which I didn't think was that unreasonable. I mean, if I'm Johnny Aloisi, Western United's coach, I would have been disappointed if the youngsters didn't chase that all the way down. And on the back of a very good season, Ryan Scott, with his own Western United connections, of course. Looking forward to him backing up another good showing for the Jets.
Impressive campaign for Ryan Scott. 3 seasons with Western United. Last campaign was 2nd overall for saves in the league. And Philip Curto also faced the 2nd most penalties of any keeper. Wasn't able to save any.
And there was a chance to hit Lockie Rose into great space. Costa Grosos's distribution tonight has been pretty good, actually. He's hit some really nice passes, but I think he missed a decent opportunity then to release Lockie Rose.
Also trying to link up with Ganzaki and collision and a free kick for the Jets.
A better period of consolidation for Western, and themselves trying to make a softer a start, not on the scoreboard, but personnel-wise coming into this cup playoff. Tamaki Amai didn't travel with the team, not quite ready. Kane Vidmar as well, the youngster in Cottonwool at the moment.
Jets been in the wars a little bit tonight. Aquilina and Lockie Rose both feeling the effects in that little phase of play. Two Grimaldis coming together. Picking up the tempo a little bit here, Western. Laval. Zaki just underclubs the pass. Pasquale. Just about putting in a rugby tackle.
Well, he misread the flight of the ball initially and then was playing catch-ups. The foul on Grimaldi.
Mauricio is around Aquilina. Tasty ball in across the 6-yard line once again. Turned behind for a corner.
And nicely done so that by Tony Wilmering. Good delivery that from Ben Garuccio. Plenty of promise. Whipped the ball in delightfully, and Wilmering cool as a cucumber. Just helping the ball out for the corner.
6th of the night for Western, and that's claimed by Ryan Scott. Nice release here for Ingham. Well tracked by Grimaldi for Western. Using his speed, but just a little bit over-eager in the challenge. And that'll be a foul, and the first booking of the night. Angus Thurgate going into the notebook of Tim Danaskos. First yellow card of the night.
So that's where Western is struggling, and teams are going to find Newcastle difficult. When Lockie Rose is able to turn and chase, get in behind defenders. York was under a little bit of pressure there with the headed clearance, which was reasonably effective. But then it was Taylor who was bolting down again. It was his pace and power that forced the issue for goal number 1, and it was a similar instalment of those characteristics, winning the free kick, putting Thurgate, the ex-Jet, in the book.
Free kick in a good position for the Jets. Wilmering, the left boot. Costa Grozos can't hit them from a dead ball. Be Wilmering lifting it back in. Grimaldi with a shot on goal and a beautiful finish from the young centre-back. Once again, Western United backline just unable to deal with the second phase ball. And the Jets cruising at 3-0 here in Darwin.
Well, Wilmering, beautiful delivery again. But the Western United defence is not muscular enough, doesn't react at all. And Grimaldi on the turn, off the bench, on the turn, to the roof of the net. They can barely believe themselves, Newcastle. 3-0 up as half-time approaches.
First senior goal for Nathan Grimaldi. real areas of concern for John Aloisi heading into the half-time break. Ball won back here by Bozanovski. And for a goal kick, well, Western really do need to be the ones next to score. Is there any hope of progressing into the round of 32 for the Australia Cup? No doubt Robbie Stanton much happier than his counterpart with what he's seen from his charges tonight. I do wonder if we'll perhaps see some changes a little bit earlier than planned by John Aloisi. Mentions Hiroshi Ibasuki, but also Taro Abel-Walati, another Academy graduate who made his debut last season in the league. Big raps on him coming through the ranks. Certainly provide a spark that Western seemingly need at the moment. Ruccio sliding it for Grimaldi, and Bolina slides in.
Well, as is reflected by the corner count, Western have been able to get the ball forward pretty regularly and pretty efficiently. Defending has been a big issue for them.
And number 7 on the Knights. Again, swung into a good area. Force for Donaghy at the back post.
Well, this would certainly give Western a charge if they can convert one of these corners. The half-time a little brighter for them.
Two minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Western desperately looking to get something on the scoreboard. Ali Laval again tangling with the big keeper. Neatly brought under. Possibly another late chance for the Jets. Shot comes in. Scarcella blazes over the crossbar. That is the final act of the opening 45, night number 2 here in Darwin, the Australia Cup playoffs. Robbie Stanton, no doubt, satisfied with what he's seen after the first 45 minutes. And the Jets convincing on the scoreboard. They'll go into the sheds. The halftime score of 3-0 over Western United. Matthew Grimaldi getting his first senior goal. Nathan Grimaldi for the Jets, that is, apologies. Getting his first senior goal. Ben Garuccio opening the scoring with an own goal after 17 minutes. Well, we're off to a short break here in Darwin, and on the other side we'll review all the first half action. Stick around.
One's done. 3-5. They wanted them to keep them the same.
Three goals to nil here in Darwin. The Jets in a commanding position on night number 2 of the Australia Cup playoffs. A spot in the round of 32 awaits. A clash, Rockdale, Illingdon. Welcome back to Larrakia Park, the Darwin Football Stadium. Halftime show. Andy Harper and Robbie Feldman. And Harps, I think fair to say, last night's game was a little bit more perhaps entertaining. But nonetheless, what we have halftime here on the second night, Newcastle Jets 3 goals to the good, but the stats seemingly tell another story.
Yeah, they have. I mean, you have to explain the stats to me. They've scored 3 goals, but only expected to score half of 1. Is that what that says? And with more shots than Western United, they've got lower XG. So anyway, look, that's one of the mysteries of the world, along with the Water Buffalo Horns at the Humpty 2 Hotel. What we have seen here is some clinical execution from Newcastle and some poor defending from Western. And the locals have been treated to 9 goals in a game and a half of football, pitting A-League teams against each other, qualifying as they're trying to for the round of 32 for the 2024 Australia Cup. And the Jets got it all underway. This will be a theme of the Jets this year as they cause teams trouble, is the running power in the front line. Look, 3 converge on Clayton Taylor, and none of them can do anything. And it's a hapless own goal. It's a really unfortunate moment for any player. Ben Garuccio in the firing line here for Western United, just stabbing the ball into his own net to set the Jets away. And the 2 goals that were to follow were really good. Daniel Warmering with 2 good deliveries, which has yielded goals now. Firstly, this one, the deflected defensive header from James York, falls at the feet of Thomas Aquilina, who arrows the ball nicely into the far post. Thomas Stewart-Bell at full stretch cannot stop the effort. 2-0 for Newcastle, and Daniel Warmering making his first steps as a Newcastle Jet with a really good delivery there. And so too for goal number 3, a free kick, won as it was again by Clayton Taylor. That burst of power and speed, brought down as he was by Angus Thurgate for the free kick. Really nicely dropped in from the set piece. Sweet left foot of Daniel Wilmering. Western United's defence can't deal with it. And the substitute for the night, having taken the place of the injured Philip Kankar, Grimaldi smashes the ball into the roof of the net to complete the scoring for the first half and give the Jets a really comfortable lead as they have their half-time oranges.
And Western United, for their parts, saw in the stats, only been able to muster 3 shots at goal, 2 of which have been on target. But for seemingly controlling most of the game in terms of the possession, even though possession was really 50-50, they just have lacked that cutting edge up front. So what do you think needs to change in the second half coming up, Harps?
Well, an icebreaker for Western, because they've got the ball forward fairly regularly. They don't look like they're not able to produce trouble for the Newcastle defence, but I think you have to be way more energetic in their own defensive penalty area. It's been a little bit sloppy there, and they've paid the price.
The crowd are getting their refreshments. Suvlaki stand just off to the left of the grandstand as you see it. No doubt getting a workout. Very tasty Suvlaki, by the way. This is what is coming up in terms of the Australia Cup, the 10th edition. Match day 1, 4 games. Morton City Excelsior and Campbelltown City. O'Connor Knights making their cup debut, taking on the A-League side MacArthur FC. Mackley Cannons hosting last year's cup winners Sydney FC. And the local club Darwin Hearts will be back in action here at Larrakia Park as they host Hume City, an all NPL clash. And on match day 2, following nights, for more games, Blacktown and Adelaide, the feature of the night. Brisbane City taking on the Wanderers. Rockdale Illingdon will play the winner of tonight's game. This stage looks to be the Newcastle Jets. And the late kickoff, Perth Red Star up against Lions FC over in the West. Second half not too far away. The round of 32 begins next week here on 10 Play.
Now the ball comes back into the box, and hello, Fabio Barbiero, you show off.
Albano driving through. Albano's got options. He's going to shoot in. Albano opens the scoring for Melbourne Knights.
Has he got one moment of magic in him? Kucharski with a bender! Remember the name! Jaden Kucharski! the great Australian Cup moments.
Gal wants it short. He gets it short on the edge of the area. Now gets it into the box.
Nagamatsu with a hit. Lisby finding himself in a central area and having a hit from range. Oh my word. Jack Lisby with one of the goals of the tournament.
Second half about to get underway here in Darwin. Ben Garuccio, Western United captain, unfortunate recipient of an own goal tonight, opened the scoring. And from Newcastle, Nathan Grimaldi, his first goal in senior colours. Taking finish as well. Running in the second half. Jets 3-0. Doesn't look to be changes on either side just as yet. And you certainly would expect to see some kind of movement on the bench from John Aloisi. Something really does need to change for Western.
Yeah, how they turn the dial on this one. It has to actually start at the back. I mean, they can't afford to concede another one here. 3 is a long shot, but makeable. 4, you'd sort of think, is into the area of fantasy land, if you're trying to consider a comeback.
Russell, Genzaki, who they had a few touches in the first half. Seen a 4-0 scoreline in these cup playoffs last year. Foul. Sergei already is in the notebook. Word of caution to James Donachie.
Timmins on the receiving end there. Good free kick. Rightly adjudged. Now Daniel Wilmering standing over this with Costa Grossos, but of the 3 goals the Jets have scored, Wilmering's left foot has been deeply involved in 2 of them.
Right on cue, it will be Costa Grossos. He's swinging in. Diving punch. Cue with Bell. Scarcella floats it to the back post for Rose. Wasn't far away.
Good opportunity, technique letting down in the end. Lockie Rose ghosting in on the blind side of the Western United defence, whose blushes was saved because of that technical breakdown for Lockie Rose.
Floated ball from Scarcella. Mentioned that previous 4-0 score in the cup playoffs last year. MacArthur 4-0 over Perth Glory. Lockie Rose was one of the goal scorers on that night. Just trying to find a way through. One challenge. Zanowski looking a little deeper. Fergo slightly off. Just a couple of minutes. towards York. His way through Mr. Grozos. Really cross, trying to catch Keward Bell. Sees it go harmlessly past for a goal kick. Play intercepted. Molina. Just get the sense that Western haven't really had control for any prolonged period of time tonight. Russell for Denzaki, but now splits it with Laval. And the left boot. Bozanovsky. Chance to on for Western. Garuccio tips left and right. Flashes a shot across the face. First bit of action from Western in a while.
Yeah, very considered in the build-up. But when they went with quite a degree of effect. And Benny Garuccio twisting and turning on the edge of the box, just desperate to get the ball onto that sweet left foot of his. Laval, I think, in hindsight, a little tempted to have tried to get a touch onto that on the way through for Western.
Turned over rather easily. Taylor is away down the left here for the Jets. One-on-one with Tate Russell. Two behind for a corner.
Well recovered in the end by Tate Russell, but it's a very cheap give up on halfway. And Wolmering threading the ball into the vacant right back position for Western, and Taylor was away again. As he got into the penalty area, Tate Russell had recovered enough ground to concede the corner. Could have been worse.
It's the second corner of the evening for the Jets. To be swung in by Costa Grozos. Nearly goes all the way in. Header from Wolmering. Scully did well. Western United subs going through their paces, so possibly some changes coming shortly. There's Russell, time to look up, measure across. Flashing in on the back post was Grimaldi. That'll be a free kick.
Timmins again, caught by Donaghy again.
Laval's on Donaghy tonight. Really well. Advantage played. Scarsella looking for Rose. Still on here. Taylor right into Jones. Now looking Rose. Wandering on the overlap. And fires a shot. Didn't really cause any danger to the goal.
Yeah, they just lacked a little bit of creativity at that point. It was unfolding nicely for the Jets. Taylor to Rose, the ball not really secured comfortably until finally rolling the ball into the path of Daniel Wilmering, who backs himself to thread the needle at the near post, but he can't manage it.
Mark Natter. Wow. Call that a pre-season pass. One back by Bozanovsky, rolls it in behind for Laval. Can't link up. That chance breaks down. Ball lifted to the back post, and Garuccio coming through. Can't guide it on target.
Yeah, two great back-to-back chances for Western. Laval put through beautifully. I thought he might have tried to have planted an effort on goal with his first touch, but he took it to the byline and cut it back. Newcastle couldn't clear the danger, and as it was, Ben Garuccio on the back post. Not a straightforward chance, but makeable for Western, who look to be going to their bench now.
Does look like Ibusuki and Walati. Two attacking changes to come for Western. All could break here for Laval. Keeps it in play. Garuccio. Nice challenge by Grozos. An opportunity for those changes to happen, and it is a Western United debut for Hiroshi Ibusuki. Walati as well. So positive changes, half an hour remaining. Chance here, Walati, first touch, deflected behind. Nearly an instant impact.
Very positive off the bench. Walati. Some good signs of goal in the second half, Western.
Corner for Western. And Ibusuki Likewise, nearly immediate impact. The lanky striker.
Bread and butter stuff that from Liverpool. They're so dangerous in the penalty area. He's a tall, angular player, as we've come to know. There's barely a challenge put on him as well. And here's the initial contribution from Abel Wality.
20 years old. Caroline Springs. 10 goals in 18 games for Western Academy in VPL 1 this season.
Substitution in Newcastle, number 9, Western Rose, come on, and number 7, Eli Adams. Number 23, Daniel Wilbury.
Changes for the Jets, and club debut coming for Alexander Sushniar. Solid night out for both Lockie Rose and Dan Wilmering. Pretty happy with their efforts tonight. Eli Adams, a fresh set of legs in the park for the Jets. Of course, also making his club debut after 2 seasons with Melbourne Victory. He's 10 games. Victory colours most in any season he's played in the A-League. Season's also looking raw. For Garuccio. Wality. Space. Slightly more in favour for Western. And it's what they've been able to do with the ball when they've had it. Frustration from Angus Thurgate on the near side here. He's looking for that ball. He's doing well. Links up with Natta. Opens it up for Taylor as Eli Adams all alone in the middle. to the back step, and a tidy finish for the Jets 4. Thomas Aquilina makes it a double. 65 minutes gone, the Jets can book their ticket to the round of 32.
Well, you'd have thought so. Very vacant defensive setup from Western. Look at this, it's 3v1 on the counter-attack. Mark Natter rolls the ball up to Clayton Taylor, who's been really impactful here tonight. Doesn't get the centering ball quite as he wanted it, but nevertheless, it worked perfectly for Thomas Aquilina to complete his brace, make it 4 for Newcastle. And Robbie, in recent days, the Northern Territory has hosted exercise pitch black. The sky has been a constant scene of jet fighters crisscrossing. The noise has been incredible. 140 aircraft from 20 nations in that combined exercise. And let's make it with this Jets assault on Western United, 141 aircraft. They have bombed the joint here, Newcastle. 4 up in the Cup qualifier.
83 senior appearances. Thomas Aquilina had never scored. One night gets himself 2. So we have an equal record score for the Cup playoffs, 4-0. The way the Jets are going, there is plenty of time for more. There's Natter, the early cross for the run of Aquilina. Now on the hunt for a hat-trick. Jets play it down. Just in front of the Jets bench there. Any sign of pre-season. Early cramp.
They don't want too much of a casualty with here. Newcastle. Kankar off in the first half. Scarcella now with a tight left leg.
Probably would be the one concerning aspect of tonight's, despite the 4-0 win. Injury count hopefully not too serious. See Philip Kankar just off to the left there, behind Ben Abraham. Fourth-minute casualty. Philip Kankar, it looked to be a hamstring problem. Jets are preparing a couple of changes of their own. Lovely work on the edge of the box. Smart save by Hugh Bell. Hasn't been a happy night for the big keeper. He's able to get down sharp, make the save.
Good set clean on that hat-trick. Thomas Aquilina shifted the ball nicely. Very quick feet and then a little bit of power in that left foot shot. Beaten away by Thomas Hugh Bell.
Going up from Grozos. Get past Moshia Basuki defending at the front post. Jabalina turning himself into danger, still fighting. Liston come away with it through Bozanovsky, but possession is again turned over. Time for all those changes to occur. The Christian Bracco making his senior debut for the Jets. A special moment here for Alex Nunez, also making his senior bow. Born here in Darwin, relocated down to Newcastle at the age of 9, where he's been with the Jets Academy ever since. So a local product stepping out on his home deck. Shank from Scott. Possible chance for Western. Bozanovsky just treads on the ball with the Jets on the fast break here. A 4-on-2. Adams has Aquilina on the overlap. Can he make it 3? Well, he might want that one back.
It's not coming back. It's gone now. That was a clear opportunity for 5.
The best opportunity he'll ever have in his career for a hat-trick.
Certainly the most open of all his chances tonight. 4 versus 2 on that breakaway. Again, very exposed on the counter as Western push forward. And a little bit more balance as they do that, and he completely shanks it.
It would be a shame if he got remembered for a miss rather than the 2 goals he scored tonight. Aquilina has been excellent for the Jets. Mauricio looking for Wality, but Natta is there.
Get up, get up.
Bozanovsky can find Bergak, lifted forward for Iwasuki. Flag goes up, offside. Plays down as the heat and humidity of tonight starts to take their effects. Here's Bozanovsky. Some attention. Will be his final act tonight. Jordan Lawton also coming on. Hugh Grimaldi making way. Leonard also choosing in the 48s. Position up front next to Hiroshi Iwasuki. Zibasuki to link up with Lawton. Down on the ball a little bit. Adams takes over for the Jets.
Work! Forward!
Hamilton again. 21-year-old, excuse me, Jordan Lawton. Another one who signed his scholarship contract just yesterday. Captain of the senior academy team. One A-League cap to his name in February against Sydney FC. Referee lets play continue. Fergate under duress. Mullity able to make something out of it. Wins the free kick. Looks like taking into all kinds of danger. And that's on the roof of the grandstands. It's kindly for Garuccio. Morton lifting it back into the area. Morton again. This time goes to Russell. Garuccio again for Ibasuki, just muscled out of position by Shushnia. Zaki now over on the left-hand side with Garuccio. Driving play from Weston. This breaks down once again. That final pass. Hamilton tidies up for Weston. Nunez draws the foul out of Thurgate. Chance to turn and look forward tonight. And well marshalled, the former Newcastle Jets. Watson out for Gariccio. Ibusuki makes the run, diving down. And that might be a brilliant save from Scott, just pushing it onto the post.
It's a great action from Western. Lovely ball in from Ben Gariccio. Ibusuki arriving and meeting it nicely. Looked for all money like it was going to be a goal. Great header. I think Ryan Scott's deep in this one.
What a swung in by Wality. Scott able to get two hands behind for another corner. Zaki to take on the other side this time. Once again for Ibusuki. Thurgate takes it short this time for Lawton. Thurgate again onto the left. It's always just a little bit too far out of the reach of Ibusuki. Things just haven't clicked for Western United tonight, unfortunately.
Appreciate your support.
Great turnout here in Darwin, just over 1,200. Along with the 1,500 or so it was last night for Perth Glory, Brisbane Roar. Punching their ticket to the round of 32, a 4-2 win. Seems to be the Jets who will join them. 32nd team into the 10th edition of the Australia Cup, which gets underway next week. Right here on 10 plate. In the corner for Western, Ganzaki hits it high. Lawton, first time cross. Russell. Just over the head, Leonard. Ganzaki. Get it under control. And the Jets look to break. Do certainly look dangerous on the counter-attack. Ibusuki back for Wality and Leonard. Awkward bouncing ball and Scott dives on it.
Yeah, pushing hard, Western United in the game's final moments. Leave Larrakia Park here in Darwin with something. Barring a complete miracle of placing the round of 32 isn't going to be that thing. It's the sole preserve.
Falls for Ibasuki, who is all by his lonesome. Jets defence recovers well.
The Newcastle Jets, who fell at this hurdle last year in Maitland against Brisbane, it looks set to take their place. As the round of 32 for the 2024 Australia Cup kicks off next week.
Small forward for Nunez. Diminutive little playmaker. Anchored by one of the former Jets youth coaches, I believe, is a Pablo Aimar. Genuine number 10 kind of playmaker. We had Mo Salah last night, why not?
The little clown, Pablo Aimar. He's certainly a very popular player in Newcastle out of the academy. He's got a lot of quality.
Well, it's a chance for Western possibly. Shushnia once again showing his experience. And he is an exciting young talent, Alex Nunez. Scored a trial with Benfica 2 years ago. Positive experience it was for him. Portuguese background as well, Alex Nunez, his father. Very exciting young talents. This could well be the season of exciting young talents in the A-League. There's Lawton and Wallerty, two academy graduates. Western United program. Forward for Leonard. Can swing a tasty cross. And a consolation for Western United. Riku Danzaki with a great strike to ruin the clean sheet of Ryan Scott. 4-1. A couple of minutes left here in Darwin.
Enough goal. That threatened Western. Leonard with a fearsome cutback after being put through by Tate Russell. It's a nice ball, nice run. Ryan Scott parries the ball, but at roundabout to the penalty spot where lurking is Riku Danzaki, who smashes the ball home. Some sort of consolation for Western United.
Third cup goal for Riku Danzaki, and substitution for Western United, Luca Coveney, New Zealand under-19 captain. Come on for James York, fellow academy player.
And Luca Coveney, son of Kiwi international, former South Melbourne Wollongong Wolf great Vaughan Coveney, who coached the Victorian under-15 state team to the national titles last week. And as Luca takes the ground here, I'm dead set by the way he's running, thinking I'm seeing his old man.
It's uncanny.
It is incredible. It's a very effective gate too, Vaughan Coveney, lethal striker.
The height gene certainly runs in the Coveney family. New Zealand won the under-19 OFC Championships last Thursday. Coveney, MVP in the final and player of the tournaments. Led a defence that did not concede a single goal all tournament. He does happen to make his A-League bow this season. It'll be 16 years since Vaughan last graced, or Coveney last graced, an A-League pitch.
And at other ends of the field, Vaughan, of course, a terrorising striker. Luca is a central defender. And I'm sure his head has been filled with all the horror stories of central defenders. Vaughan has been keeping a diary, I'm sure, of what works and what doesn't. The son, thus far at least, has been the beneficiary. That's a fine figure though, and he's doing a wonderful job so far. And he gets his chance in senior football on the national level.
Three minutes of added time, one of which has now elapsed. Adams, big body himself, is able to win back possession. Barring another Jets goal in the last 90 or so seconds. Record score from last year's Cup playoff. Newcastle defeated Perth Glory 4-0. Will remain intact.
Well, 2,700 odd fans have come through the turnstiles here at Larrakia Park in Darwin for these two Cup playoffs. Seen 11 goals across the two games, some good quality.
Aquilina finds Mendes, looking to link with Adams. It certainly has been a wonderful couple of days up in the Northern Territory. Successful night for the Newcastle Jets. They punched their ticket to the round of 32 in the Australia Cup. The final team to qualify. A good debut for Lockie Rose. And several youngsters making their first appearance at the senior level on both sides. Disappointing night for Western United and John Aloisi. But for Robbie Stanton and this rebuilding Newcastle Jets club, has been a successful outing. A double to Thomas Aquilina, scoring his first goals in Jets colours. Also Nathan Grimaldi getting his first at senior level. And an own goal to Ben Garuccio. Late consolation for Western. Riku Danzaki for a full-time score of Newcastle Jets 4, Western United 1. Andy Harper, as we take a look at how the goals unfolded tonight, I think Robbie Stanton will be reasonably satisfied with what he's seen tonight.
Yeah, so look, all four coaches will have seen things that pleased them and things that they'll know need working on. Very early stages of their preparation for